All right, guys. I like it when I get products to share with you and do reviews on that can be educational opportunities. So what I got right now is an ANENG battery tester, and that's what it's called, right? And it can do simple things for us. So I'm going to connect this, and we're going to talk a little bit about what it can and what it can't do and why. All right, so it has the negative and positive cables that go directly on your battery terminal. Oh, it doesn't help if I drop it, but at least now we know it's durable. So right now it's showing that the batteries I'm hooked up to this Cummins ISX is showing 12.4 volts, and it's showing that it's a medium, not necessarily a full charge, but a medium charge. Somewhere between 12.2 to 12.6, 12.8, kind of what we're expecting to see on these batteries. And then if I start it up, it's going to color up on this side and tell me if I'm charging, and I should expect that on a running vehicle that the voltage would be up somewhere in the 14 volt range. So this is not, I want to make that very clear because I am going to put a link to it and available to you guys if you're interested in it, but this is not a tool I would use as a professional technician doing troubleshooting, diagnostics, battery testing, things like that. This is not the tool for that. This is a tool that would make a great gift that I'm going to give this one to my wife, have her keep it in the car. And it's something that even she can do with no mechanical background at all, is hook up a positive and a negative and tell me if the battery's good or not. And to call me and say, hey, stop and get a battery for my car on your way home, you know? Or she's stranded somewhere and she needs to know what's going on and I have to ask her what she needs. Anyway, you get the point. It's great for non-mechanics. It's a great gift for your daughter, for your son, for your wife or your husband who's not a mechanic, you know, whatever the case might be. This is a good little tool to keep in the glove compartment, keep in the trunk, and have it available to do a real quick just battery check. You got a crank no start on your car in the morning, boom, hook this up. Oh, I'm showing 12.5 volts. Why isn't this thing starting, right? So that could be an issue. And then you could even troubleshoot it a little further. Is there an issue with the resistance in the starter cable, and hook it up to a ground and hook it up to the starter cable and see what kind of voltage you're getting there. But so like I said, it's got a limited ability. It can tell you if the battery's got the right amount of voltage, and it can tell you if the charging system is kicking that voltage up to the amount that we expect it to, which is, like I said, really great at little small intermediate quick checks of things, right? This isn't going to replace a watt meter that can do a battery load test and a starting system draw test and alternator output test, right? It's not going to do all of that. So could I have this many volts on a battery that's not necessarily good? It is possible. So like I said, this thing isn't going to tell you if the battery is 100% good, but it'll give you a good starting point. So what does tell us if a battery is good, if not this guy? Well, that would be a load test or an impedance test. The two most reliable ways to test a battery is either to load the battery after it's got a nice surface charge, load the battery at half the cold cranking amps, and then see if that voltage drops below the standard, being usually around 9.6 volts. And then also maybe kind of keeping an eye on what the recovery time for the voltage is after you take the load off of it. That's called sometimes a carbon pile load test. And then the other way is an impedance test, because the amount of restriction that's in a battery can be affected by dead cells and things of that nature. And you can do an impedance test, and that tester is going to measure the resistance across the battery and be able to tell you if that battery is good or bad. Those two tests are pretty reliable. A lot of people that I talk to, especially in the battery industry, are telling me that the impedance test is a much better test to do because it doesn't put as much of a draw or drain on the battery, wearing them down, than a load test does. But I grew up doing load tests, so half a dozen of one, whatever. Everybody's got an opinion on it. But ultimately, there are other things to consider is the electrolyte level in a battery. If you have the little caps on your battery that can come off, you want to be very careful because you don't want to get battery acid in your eyes or on your skin for a prolonged period of time. But you can take those caps off and look down in there and see the electrolyte level and kind of get an idea of where it is, and you might be able to add distilled water to that battery, charge it, and bring it back to life. But a lot of the batteries that we see today, like the ones that I'm hooked up to with this guy, these are maintenance-free batteries. And that means that if there was an issue with electrolyte levels in those batteries, I wouldn't be able to do anything. I would just have to replace them. Other batteries you might come across would be absorbed glass mat or AGM batteries, which, excuse me, which might mean that you have a very different method of charging those, and they're a completely different animal that I might get to in another video. But overall, I would say that this is a great little gift, affordable gift that you can get to people to keep in their glove compartment or their truck. That can be just a quick check for them. They don't have to be a mechanic to tell if their battery voltage is too low. That's why they're not starting. They can tell by looking at this guy. So overall, yeah, for my professional mechanics that watch this, probably not that big of a deal. You're kind of like, but for the average Joe out there that just wants a quick way to look at the battery health and see if their alternator's charging, this is a great little tool. Obviously it's durable. I dropped it at the beginning of the video and it smacked the concrete pretty hard. Still going strong. And it's really simple to use with easy to read explanations of what's going on. So I recommend this as something that you might want to get. If you're a mechanic, get it for your non-mechanic friends. If you're a non-mechanic, get it for yourself. It'll help you out. Thanks guys, I hope you learned something. If you have any questions that I didn't cover, let me know.